Hi guys, this is Kelly, also known on Twitter as Kellyann1977, and it is about 6:13 in the morning. I woke up about 20 minutes ago. Went to bed at about 12. Going to the fair, told my niece we'd probably leave here about 12:30, go get her. Um, that way she can have a late breakfast and be digested. I figured we'd go there, we go on like an hour ride, see what entertainment they have, get something to eat, play some games, see any raffles are going on, go on some more rides, and then go home. I think like 3 hours is long enough to go to a fair. I haven't been to one in a while, and I don't think it's very large to begin with, especially for the seven. They dropped the price about $11, so I'm not sure why, but they did. So that they have less entertainment vendors or rides or something of that nature. Um, so this will be my first time going. They have it every year out here, right before the kids go back to school, and it usually is 5 days. So we're gonna go do that today. And of course, I don't sleep good, and then I ended up having a really messed up dream that made absolutely no sense. Um, so I don't know what that was about. So I'm not gonna be able to fall back to sleep because of that. And I always have a hard time sleeping no matter what, especially if I have something to do or something due with school. So, the two classes that I'm taking for fall, because instead of taking three, I'm going to take two. I need a little bit of a break, but I don't think I'm getting much of it. I'm taking my last English class, but I had to take a different one than my husband, because my husband got a degree for computer science. My degree is for STEM studies, science, which, STEM has to do with the human body. But with this degree, I can choose to either go into environment, which is four different classes or four different type of labs I can choose, or go into forensics. So I'm going into the environment and I'm taking up natural science so that I can work in a laboratory, just doing normal testing on animals and soil, trees, water, things of that nature. So I have to take a technical writing and research class. So I know in this class I have to work on my in-text citations. Apparently my last teacher said I'm a little rough with that. So she would take off anywhere from 2 to 5 points. And then I started to do my own sources or works cited sources myself, because using the Microsoft Word just doesn't set it up properly for some reason. So when I went and I read everything online, I will have to be doing papers in APA format, which I do know how, and MLA. Now, my first English class to get me ready for this, I ended up getting 74. That's the lowest grade I've ever gotten. And I've been writing papers a year and a half before I took the class. When I first started to take the class, I could only write maybe 1 page. Now I can write up to 5 pages, which is an improvement. So he was supposed to teach us the 5 different forms of writing. Research was one of them. That was the last one. That was your biggest paper. It was supposed to be at least 5 pages long. But he didn't correct what we were doing wrong. He didn't tell us what font to use, format, how big does he want it, what's the best things to use. I like to use the um, New Times Old something it's called. That's the one I like to use because it's easier for me to read it. But some teachers are very picky. Usually I set it to 12, that's normal. My teachers have wanted double spacing. Some teachers don't. So you have to be careful what's going on. You got to make sure you hit your tab like you're supposed to. Make sure it goes over 5 spaces like it's supposed to. And for your discussions, if they want it set up the same way, it you, you hit the tab, it doesn't do anything. So Moodle's not corrected like it's supposed to, because when you use Moodle, it's supposed to have MLA settings. So when you hit the tab, it should move over 5. To try to do that with the space bar, you can move it over like 25 times. It makes it a little bit difficult. So usually I'll use Word, and if they don't want the word posted, then I copy and paste it. And I'll copy and paste it exactly the way I do it, which is good. So I just gotta work on those 2 things is what I was told. And for my last class, my teacher said all my sources were credible. And I do understand what a credible source is and what a credible source isn't. And usually you can get away with maybe one .com source, as long as you have 3 credible ones, and that's kind of the same information. So .org, .gov, and .edu is usually a credible source. It has to do with the government, the state, things of that nature. So that's what I have to work on. I have, in both my classes, I have a chapter to read every week. I have quizzes every week. I have to do postings every week, replies to the students, to every student, even if it's just like a thank you. I have assignments due every week. And then I have 2 final projects. So for this English class, my teacher has noted, if you have a 90 in this class and you can't get a C plus on this paper, I will fail you. So it doesn't matter what your grade is, really. It just matters what that final paper is. And that if you're learning and improving, which is unusual. And then I have, of course, 2 final exams this last week. So with my English class, I gotta learn how to make my own flyers and print them, to do my own manuals. I'm not sure what I would be doing that on, but there's all kinds of different things that we have to learn to do, that I don't know how. I can make I can make pie graphs, line graphs. That's about it. Yeah, you can probably get off my channel or report you. You won't. They'll just ban you from watching any live TV. So, bye. Thank you, perf. Anyways, some people need other things to do in the morning than say rude things to people. So, like I was saying, I just gotta do some screenshots and update my profile right now. And then my other class I'm taking is human bio. I wanted to take microbiome, which has more to do with the environment, but I couldn't get into the class, so I'll take that next semester. This one seems interesting. 13 chapters. It's all about the human body, diseases, how it works. So we'll see how I do with that. That class has open book quizzes, because I'm sure it's very difficult. And again, I have things like that, quizzes, postings, replies, things of that nature in that class too. I like that both of my teachers let us know everything that's due before it's due. If it changes, they'll email us directly and let us know, which is nice. So Just waiting for my book voucher so that I can order my 2 books, which is going to cost me $400 for 2 books. These science books are so expensive. And my grade point average of right now is a 3.35. And I just need to keep it at least at 3.30. So I'm hoping to really nail these 2 classes. And this is why I decided to only take 2 this semester. Because the higher I can get my grade point average up, the better. And again, last semester in math, I got an 80. And in environmental issues class, I got a 91. So if I can keep the same kind of grades, I'll go up again. Because I was a 3.21 before I started the summer courses. So hoping that'll be a thing. My husband goes to school this Monday. I start the 4th technically, but I'm going to sit down right now and do what she asked us to do. And just get that out of the way, the first assignment for the first week of class. So I hope everything's going good for everybody else. It's really not too much more to talk about. Being at home, online student, there's not too much that's really going on. I played a horror game called Hearts, and it's spelled Harts, and it's about an hour long, and I got stuck in the basement, and I got aggravated. I had to retrieve a book, but this girl wouldn't let me leave. And I kept going. It was a maze, and you're supposed to memorize how to get back. There's no way. I honestly think as you're going through it, it changes by itself. So like if you go and it's a dead end, you backtrack. I think it automatically changes the environment, so it makes it very tricky. The puzzles really didn't make much sense, but it was a cute little game. I played about 40 minutes of it. Somebody beat it in 52. They should have had it not. They should have had it as a maze to get to the room that you needed to, and get the book and run, without her always catching you. And then it says you die. Do you want to retry again? And then I didn't know when I exited out of it, there's no actual save. So I guess that's just a checkpoint, which is pretty sad to have a game without a save, just in case people need to take a break or don't have all day to try to get through that part. So far that and just making my girl for The Sims 4 is the only things that I've done since my computer's been fixed. I just downloaded Grand Theft Auto 5, and I have some DLCs for online play. And I'm not sure how the online play works. I know when it first came out, you could just play with your friends, and you could just run around stealing cars, racing, killing people, robbing them, whatever. I guess now the online version has changed, and there's a leaderboard and stuff. And I saw that in America, Georgia, the state, that the U.S. court system has stepped in on one individual who was caught using some cheat program to be on top of the leaderboard, and that person has to pay a fine now to EA. So I'm not quite sure what the leaderboard is. I mean, guess you get some prizes for it if people are using a cheat that is detectable. So if you play that game online and you have some software that cheats for you, I wouldn't use it. So I figured I'd go and see what the online play was. I briefly played the story where I would just switch it back between 2 characters. So I'll probably just sit and play that. I'm waiting for Never Again to come out alpha so I can play it. They're on their ending of the story. They've been working on this for a little over a year. They optimize, they update regularly, which is good. So I'm just waiting for them to just at least say they got the ending done before I try it. just in case they have to change something, and then you always have to restart because they take the save automatically erases. So other than that, I'm not really sure what games I will play. I was thinking about maybe playing the Endless something I have. It's a multiplayer online game that you pay for. And I got that like 50% off with a couple DLCs. So I figured maybe I'll try that out. I'm not going to be playing a lot of games or have a lot of games installed. I'll just have a list of the games that I have beaten. And I'll just do it that way. Because it gets really boring if your computer breaks. And then you have to start all over again, which is annoying. So I hope everybody has a good day. I do have another cell phone game that I recorded with the free software. So I'll put that up. It's a new buildy one, comic book kind of design. I played about 5 minutes of it, just like how it shows you how to play. And I just suppose I'll be doing stuff like that for right now. Because it has to go on my C drive. It won't save to my D drive, even though it's installed to it. And my C drive doesn't have a lot of space. And some of my games can be anywhere from 2 to 4 gigabytes just for part of it. So we'll see what's going on. This winter, I stopped school about the 20th of December. And I should get about 30 days off. I got 38 days off last semester or last year. And that's when I think I'll really sit down and do some hardcore gaming. Because I have more time to do things I need to do. I still have to unpack boxes and stuff too, so still got things to do. So I hope everybody has a great day. I may vlog, not live stream, but I may vlog so you guys can see what the fair looks like, how big it is. And this is my niece Izzy's 19th birthday present also. We're going to take her there, so that'll be nice for her. Before she goes to school, she has to go back the 26th. So, good morning, everybody. It's supposed to be about 81 degrees out here in Vermont. Hope everybody has a great day. And any comments, concerns, leave them down below as always. Thank you for watching, guys. And I will be posting another ASMR video today.